See? Here we go. Okay, so welcome everyone to the live stream. How are we all feeling today? So hopefully we'll get some questions in. But I'm going to be answering some questions which were left on one of my videos. So I'll be answering this one. So let's just see. Let me just grab the videos up. So let me just see, and here we go. Okay, so our first question comes from Clappin' Penguins, and he asks a couple of questions, so I'll answer all of them right now. So he asks, out of the Sonic movies and the Super Mario Brothers movies, which do you prefer? So this is quite an interesting one, actually. Out of both of them, it's quite hard because I really enjoyed the first two Sonic films. Actually, sorry, that was just oh, hello, Try Studio. Yeah, sorry, it was just a hair on the camera lens for some reason. Out of all of the Sonic movies that I've seen, the two of them, I saw the first one when I was back in 2020, and then I saw the second one 2 years later. The Super Mario Brothers movie, I'll start with the Sonic movies first, I'll start with Mario first. Mario, I thoroughly enjoyed. To be honest, a bit speechless, but Mario, for me, I grew up with Super Mario. There's a Super Mario Galaxy poster right behind me. You can tell it's my favorite Mario game, and I grew up with it as a kid. Probably my favorite Mario game of all time, and seeing the film, seeing these characters that I love appear on the big screen was so much fun. Honestly, I had so much fun with the film. I love the animation, I love the music. The only flaw I will have is the pacing and character interactions. The problem that I had was that the characters don't interact as much. Mostly with Mario and Bowser, they don't interact until the very end of the film, and it just kind of becomes really kind of annoying. And I wanted more character interactions, and the same could be said with Sonic. But at least with the second one, they had more character interactions with Sonic and Robotnik. The first one they did kind of have that, but it was very rare in some areas. But then we have another problem with the Mario film is the pacing. The pacing to the film is atrocious, to be honest. It feels very rushed, they don't exactly take their time with it. I'm not dissing Nintendo or Illumination or anything else, but it's very rushed for a film. Unlike the Sonic movies, where they were very kind of, their paths were all set in stone, like all of that. Yeah, out of all of them, I would say that I kind of prefer the Sonic movies to the Super Mario Brothers movie, because, well, yeah, just because I like it a little bit more, because the Sonic movies have a clear narrative story to follow. But then with Mario, they have in the animation and it's more faithful to the games, whereas Sonic takes more risks and they play it a little too safe by having it in live action, which I think was a massive disappointment for me. But honestly, yeah, I think Sonic movies. So thank you for that question. Let's read the second one. Okay, so the second question is, misinterpreted the question. Who would you say is your least favorite Sonic character? Now this one. So I think I got this question years ago when I did the another live stream. So the least favorite Sonic character that I really don't like is Styx the Badger. I'm just never a fan of her. She just is really annoying, and yeah, she's not very interesting. I like Sonic characters who are interesting. Their designs. I mean, I still like Zavok. I still like Infinite. Despite those characters not being very well received by fans, I still enjoy them because they're so likable. I like Infinite because of his design, his theme song, and his voice. That's really it. With Zavok, I do like him, but again, then you got Styx the Badger. Just not very interesting. But yeah. But yeah, thank you for the question for that. And then his third question asks, what's been your favourite film of this year? Well, so a lot of you will probably think it's the Super Mario Brothers movie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are truly, deeply wrong. My favourite film of this year is the Barbie movie. Yeah. The Barbie movie. That is the film that I actually enjoyed. I mean, I wasn't very keen to see it. I just kind of looked at the trailer and I was like, I don't really show much interest in Barbie. Never did. But then I went to go see the film and I had a blast. I thought it was an amazing, fun film. And it made me laugh a lot. I mean, Ryan Gosling as Ken is funny. Margot Robbie as Barbie is brilliant. It was just really good film. Very well done, actually. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer, but I need to see it so I can complete the Barbenheimer, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so it was really good. So thank you very much for that question. Okay, so the next one is, do you prefer Marvel or DC? Okay, so all right, so I'll be honest, I used to like Marvel. And I'm not dissing anything else from it, but I watched I never really read as many of the Marvel comics. I watched the films though. I watched the entire of the MCU. I've watched all 3 phases, parts of Phase 4, parts of the TV shows, and yeah, relatively, I really enjoyed the MCU. I thought it was a really good thing, although I kind of left it after Avengers Endgame. I still came back for a few other films like Spider-Man No Way Home, and especially Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But I just kind of left because, well, no, it wasn't because of the quality of the films or everything else going on behind the scenes. It was mostly because I just kind of thought Endgame was the end of the story. And I just left on my own terms. I wasn't really there wasn't any sort of aggression or anything. Like, I wasn't felt betrayed or anything else. I just left because I didn't want to see any more of them because, well, I just got bored of them very easily afterwards. They didn't seem to capture the same sort of magic that the other films did. It kind of felt like they were just like milking the franchise just for more money. But yeah, as for DC, I'm not much of a DC massive fan. I don't know too much about DC. Some of my favorite DC characters, one of my favorite DC characters, obviously Batman. I'm a huge fan of Batman. I've played the Batman Arkham games. That really fun. I've watched. In fact, I actually have the Batman the animated series on DVD, and yeah, I watch a lot of the films. I've watched the classic Tim Burton ones. I'm a big fan of Christopher Reeve Superman films, and yeah, and then the same goes for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, and then also so with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland. I'm just huge fans of that. So thank you very much for the question, Carbon Penguins. So to answer your question with that one, I prefer both. There's no real definitive winner in my opinion. Okay, so he then asks, for his next question, have you ever watched any animes? And if so, which one has been your favorites? So his last question is that. Favorite anime? I think I would have to go with none other than... So I've watched this anime on Netflix. I don't know if this is actually an anime or not. I think this is sort of a different one. It's titled I think it's called what's it called? Captain Laserhawk: A Blood Dragon Remix. It's a really fun anime. Obviously it's kind of combining Ubisoft video game characters. So you get to see some really cool ones from Assassin's Creed. You get to see, I think, characters from Far Cry. I'm not too sure. I don't know too many Ubisoft characters. There is one that I know, Rayman. Rayman appears in the show, and he is my favorite out of all of them. It's just really cool seeing Rayman again. I love him. I don't know. I love characters with cool designs, and Rayman was one of those cool characters, and he's really cool. I love him. He's brilliant. So, yeah, thank you for the questions, Cup and Penguins. So on to the next one. So these next ones are from Anri Keshi 2237. Sorry if I pronounced that incredibly wrong. I'm sorry. He asks, can I voice in Sonic Overdrive series? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone is welcomed to voice in Sonic Overdrive. That's my one rule with my series, is that I always welcome anyone to voice in my stop motion series. Just anyone's always welcome, to be honest. And yeah, honestly, I'm perfectly fine with people like voice acting in it. You want to voice a character, then yeah, comment down below, or send me an audition with maybe send me an audition of a character you want to voice. And yeah, I always, so one thing I do, I'm going off topic with this, so I do apologize. I always put character auditions up on my community tab. So if any of you want to voice a character, you can always, oh, hey Club and Penguins, I just finished your questions. So if you have any questions, like any sort of about the role, then I always put them in the community tab, and then you can always look through the lines and like do auditions for them. So yeah, I'm always open for new talent to join the Knuckles Productions 360 family of voice actors. And that kind of sounds a bit weird, but yeah, thank you for that question. So for his next question, he asks, what is the story of your Sonic Overdrive series and your Angry Birds series? Oh, so Stories of Awesomeness. Oh, I haven't heard that name in ages. So the story of my Sonic Overdrive series was, when I was first creating the Knuckles Productions 360 channel, I knew from the beginning that I wanted to do something. I wanted to talk about Sonic, and I needed something that would show that I care about the series, something that shows that I'm passionate about what I do. So I began to think, what could I do? And I've always loved stop motion animation, so I combined that with of course Sonic. I saw a lot of animations on YouTube. I grew up around Sonic stop motion adventures. Oh, Biz UK asks, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing great, to be honest. I've actually had a lot of time so I'll answer that question in a bit, actually. Yeah, so basically what happened was, I basically got some figures early on eBay. That was a fun time to do that, again, because at the time there wasn't any Jack specific figures. There was only the Tomy and the Jazzwares figures, and they were quite expensive. And boy, was it worth it getting those guys. I remember when I first shot Sonic Overdrive Episode 1, all I had was, I think, Tomy Sonic, Tomy Tails, Tomy Metal Sonic, Jazzwares Eggman, the Chaotix, Tomy Knuckles, and then also Jazzwares Jet the Hawk. And honestly, yeah, I was really, that's all. I only had 7 figures to start off with. I didn't even have any of the Badniks. I had no Shadow, no Silver, no Amy. I had none of them. Well, I did have Amy, though. I did have Amy. A Boom Amy, but not modern Amy, which took forever to get. So, yeah, that's kind of it. With Angry Birds, it was kind of an experimental series. I'm massively passionate about the series, as you can kind of see with the merchandise behind me. But when I was kind of writing, I wanted to create a sort of comical, sort of funny series, something that would kind of get the point over. But the problem with that Angry Birds series was probably the relevancy of Angry Birds. Mostly because it's not as a popular brand as it was in 2009 to 2012, which is when peak Angry Birds hit. And I think it was because of that it wasn't as popular as Sonic Overdrive, and it was all came down to the views and the likes. And I don't think people were very interested in it, so yeah. But yeah, thank you for that question. Okay, do you want to go back to Angry Birds content? Also, go back to Angry Birds animations. There's a part of me that does want to go back to Angry Birds animations and content, because I really like that sort of stuff. I love Angry Birds, and frankly, it's always been one of my all-time favorite series. And yeah, I would like to make content where I talk about and review the games, and I'd like to do animations. And then I'm always happy to go back and do that sort of stuff if people are interested in it. If I'm hoping that with Sega purchasing Rovio, the people who make Angry Birds, then maybe this means Angry Birds will be a bit more relevant, so that hopefully if people want to see that, then yeah, then I'll be happy to talk about Angry Birds. So yeah, I'll hopefully be able to do that. Okay, so the next question is sorry, I'm just going to get some water real quick. Refreshing. So, next question he asks, how long have you been interested in Angry Birds? And do you like the Angry Birds games, animations, and movies from Rovio? Oh boy. So, I've been interested in Angry Birds for probably since the game first came out. I think all the way back in 2009. I remember getting it all the way back in... I remember going on the App Store one day and finding all of the stuff that I needed. I saw the game and I instantly got it because it was the first sort of game I wanted on there. I didn't know anything about Angry Birds. But when I played the game for the first time, I became hooked. The music, there was so much attention to detail with it. I loved how simple it was. And then so I memorized all of it. I searched for the golden eggs. I looked around. I got 3 stars in every single level on every game. And then I even went as far as to just mess around with the slingshotting, which is so much fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. Some of my favorites are the original, Seasons, Rio, Bad Piggies, Epic, Space, Star Wars 2, and also Friends. I love those games. They're some of my favorites in the entire... They're some of my favorite mobile games of all time, actually, along with Cut the Rope. Cut the Rope is awesome. I just saw two people. Oh no! There was just 2 more people added to the chat. Just as soon as I said Cut the Rope, I thought I'd be Cut the Rope fans. But yeah. Besides that, then it's, do you like the Angry Birds animations? The Angry Birds animations I do like, actually. Some of my favourites include Toons and Piggy Tales. In fact, actually, when I did also Slingshot Stories as well. So there's a funny story. When I was first doing my review, my first reactions, I did a series where I reviewed Slingshot Stories. I did a reaction where I was watching each episode. And I think it was episode 7 that long-time fans of my channel will know. I did a reaction to it, and when I saw Angry Birds Toons, I was like, oh, what? And then literally I was like, first Piggies at work and now Angry Birds Toons. And there was a massive grin on my face because I've been very dormant from the Angry Birds franchise, and just seeing that come back was so cool. To see that kind of like cool representation again of Angry Birds, and yeah, it was really cool. I had a massive smile on my face right now. But besides that, everything else was, yeah, really good. However, the movies, I'm going to be honest, the movies themselves, I legitimately hate the movies. Like, I don't actually dislike them. I legitimately hate the Angry Birds movies. For a few reasons. One being, it's not funny. 2, it's just really, it's an insult to the games and what they were. The designs of the birds are pure lazy. The script is atrocious. And all of it is just filled with pop culture references. And it feels very 2000s, just terribly done. And honestly, I'm just No, I was not looking forward to it. Honestly, it was just terrible for a film, and its sequel. My God, I mean, whose idea was it to put Baby Shark in the sequel? Like, yeah, let's put one of the most disliked videos on YouTube in a movie, and that was kind of my breaking point of leaving the franchise. Um, after after that, I just didn't really come back to Angry Birds from that. But yeah, thank you for the question. So the next one he asks is, do you record covers of songs? So the recording covers of songs, I'm beginning to think about this. Um, I don't know if I would maybe. I mean, I don't actually record covers of songs, but if you guys want to hear me, express my voice in singing, then maybe you guys would like to, yeah, then comment down below. Pretty much, just comment down below and we'll see. And also to answer that question from earlier, yeah, I'm doing great, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just living my best life. I've been doing quite good with my recovery, essentially. I've just been living really life, just been chilling, really, getting into the Christmas season. It's getting a lot more, it's pretty much just the same as it was. And yeah, just, I've kind of been on a sort of journey of, I don't know, kind of self-reflecting and stuff. I'm back now. I'm fully committed to making videos now. So that's my main goal. But yeah, so his next question he asks is, he says, what are some of my projects which you have voiced in? Which ones that he says that I liked, and why? So I would probably have to say that it would be the Angry Birds Space one, because I'm a big fan of Angry Birds Space. And getting the opportunity to voice a character in an Angry Birds project was really cool to do. I didn't sound very excited when I heard it, but I was really hyped for it. So yeah, I loved that one. He then asks, what other videos do you like on my channel? I would probably say I like most of them, really. I think they're all really good. I can't possibly choose. They're just so good. So yeah. And then, what do you think about the first Clutch Powers movie? And do you want to see a second part? Absolutely. I would love to see a second part to the Clutch Powers movie. It's just such an interesting film. I've seen it. I saw it a lot over. I think I first saw it in middle school, and it was really fun actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was before the Lego movies. This was in 2013 that I saw it, and yeah, honestly, I was really I was hooked from the beginning of the film. I love the character of Clutch Powers. I think he's better than Emmett from the Lego movie. I'm not dissing any Emmett fans. Chris Pratt's awesome, but I think Clutch is a bit of a better character. He may be a bit generic, but I don't know. I find him quite charming and likable. And yeah, I really want to know what happened to Clutch's dad. I'm still asking myself that very question that day. What happened to Clutch's dad? There has to be a reason, right? But yeah, honestly, I would love to see a second part to it, or even maybe a TV show, like what they did with Ninjago. I mean, Ninjago goes on for way too long, and why couldn't we just get Clutch Powers TV show? Because they put Clutch Powers in Ninjago and they ruined him. But yeah, so thank you for that question. And then here's another question, another few questions, which are, do you want to make your own Clutch Powers Lego film? I'm kind of mixed on the idea. I mean, if people want to see it, that's the thing. If people want to see it and, well, we'll see it, then that's the important thing. However, I'm kind of a bit, I don't know, I'm just kind of mixed on the idea. I mean, I really want to try out Lego stop motion, especially because I've got the Lego Sonic sets. And I really want to try out something really cool. So who knows, maybe in the future I'll do a Clutch Powers movie. And then another question. Would you like Jason Griffiths, Jill the White, to voice Sonic again. I would kill to see Jason Griffiths voice Sonic again. I'm not dissing Roger. Roger is amazing. Roger Chris Smith is god tier Sonic. But Jason Griffiths is legendary. I mean, him and X and Unleashed. Oh my god. I think he captures the perfectness of Sonic fine. And even Shadow as well. He captures Shadow and even Jet perfectly well. I actually forgot he voiced Shadow and Jet as well at some point. But yeah, he's really good. I'd love to see him return in one game, or even if it's like a cameo or something. I think that would be really cool. Nice throwback for the 4Kids era of Sonic fans, I think, who grew up with that kind of adventure style. And yeah, honestly, even Ryan Drummond I'd love to see again voice Sonic. That would be a really cool one. Do you know why I don't know about him voicing Sonic again? I mean, I loved him in Sonic Sat AM and in Sonic and Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog and the weird Sonic Unleashed, and then the other thing that was that live act, that fan-made film was good. But besides that, not really. I wouldn't like to see him again voice Sonic, but who knows? Maybe he will. Then the next one is, how's your normal day going? It's actually going pretty decent, to be honest. Not a lot really is going on. Just been chilling. Just been getting around. I've been working on a new video called Writing the Knuckles Show, which will be premiering after, which will be the next video after my new intro that I just debuted, which will feature my new intro, by the way, so it's kind of a bit of a big deal with that. But besides that, yeah, it's going quite well. Will you watch the second season of Sonic Prime? I've already watched the second season of Sonic Prime. I know that there's a third season coming out, which will be in January of next year. I'm very excited. I just want to see the end of Sonic Prime, see how they're all going to merge together. I loved what they did with the first season of Sonic Prime, where they were the characters. I liked the characters of 9, and then I loved the characters of Rusty Rose. I will say I was not a fan of the Chaos Council, or the fact that Shadow barely got anything to do. I was very disappointed with that, and the other variants of the characters I thought were very stereotypical and not very fleshed out as much. But also, it's just the multiverse in general. I'm not a fan of it. It's kind of stupid. I think South Park said it best, multiverses are dumb. And yeah, I can kind of agree with that. Because I think Marvel is just beating it. It's essentially beating a dead horse. It's not great. But besides that, yeah, I'm excited to see season 3 because of what I've seen. I'm glad that that 9 is going to be the main kind of antagonist. From what the clips shows, yeah, he's definitely going to do something. And I can't wait to see what happens in it, really. How's it all going to get back to normal? It will obviously returns back to normal. But yeah. And then there's final question. Hang on. Refreshing water. His final question is, do you want to revive any cancelled projects? I actually kind of do at the same time. There are some projects I wanted to revive, one of them being a cancelled Angry Birds Stories of Awesomeness episode 3, which would have focused on Red and King Pig on King Leonard, on basically fighting over a pirate map, and then they get captured by a rogue gallery of pirate piggies, who are revealed to be cursed. So it's kind of a parody of Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's just them trying to escape the cursed piggies of Pirate Bay. And it would just be a kind of little funny sort of spoof on pirates. But because the first 2 episodes weren't viewed very well, or didn't seem to get the same sort of, I don't know, just kind of success as Sonic Overdrive did, they kind of the series just slowly got cancelled. Oh, thank you. But besides that, I really don't know what else to do, really, with cancelled projects. I did have some Minecraft ones, but because of the new guidelines of stuff going on with Minecraft content, I had to immediately delist all of my Minecraft videos because of this, which is really upsetting because I did have some ideas for a Minecraft solo story, and yeah, all of that's just been thrown out the window. So yeah, but there are some projects that I am still going forward with. One of them being a Crash Bandicoot project, which I'm very excited to work on, so I can voice Dr. Neocortex. So I could do that Cortex voice. In fact, I've just been practicing for months doing the Dr. Neocortex. Yes, in the dark intellect of my intellectual genius. That kind of sort of evil persona. Yeah, so thank you for your questions, Arali. Thank you very much for all of them. Okay, so Danny Sunnersville asks, congratulations on the subs. Well, thank you. A question for you. What's your favourite video you have made? So my favourite video that I have made has to be the... it'd have to be a tie between the... I think Sonic Colors, but it's only Orbot and Cubot, and also the Batman video, so the Shadow the Hedgehog Batman crossover. The reason why I like those two videos is because the first one, the Orbot and Cubot one, that was kind of just a random edit. I just decided to post it on my channel thinking nothing's going to happen. It's just going to get the same old views. But then it just suddenly blew up and I was just like, what the hell is going on? And yeah, you guys seem to really like it. And immediately I was just scratching my head figuring out why. And then, oh, like I was still... I'm still grateful. Thank you so much for viewing that video. That video is now my most popular video on my channel. I believe it's got over 16,000 views. So thank you so much. And then another one that I like is, of course, the Batman. The Batman trailer that I saw was a new superhero film that I was interested in. So the storyline with that one was, after the success of my Sonic the Spider-Man No Way Home, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog themed video came out, that skyrocketed in popularity because it was released very near to the end of before the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, and so there was a lot of hype around that, and there was, I believe, a big massive thing going on with what was it? So yeah, the Batman trailer released also, and I decided, well, why don't I see if lightning can strike twice? And so I decided to instead do Shadow the Hedgehog as Batman, because I think the two of them are very similar. They both lost someone in their lives, whether it be Shadow lost Maria or Bruce Wayne lost his parents. And I just think that the idea of them two, and then they kind of become these kind of anti-heroes that do good and sort of for their own reasons. And I just really liked that from beginning to end. And I decided to have, obviously, Shadow as Batman, Rouge as Catwoman, and then, of course, I had Eggman as of course, Penguin, because because his nose is so deformed, it looks very similar. And then finally, I had, I believe, Mephiles was the Riddler. I know that there was, I had some comments with people saying that, oh, the Infinite should have been played by, the Infinite should have been the Riddler. I kind of disagree because Riddler's really smart, and Mephiles is also really smart and also terrifying and is a psychopath. And I just kind of feel that that would kind of fit perfectly. But then again, also Mephiles would be really good as the Joker. So yeah, I kind of dodged a bullet with that one, but also just maybe when the Joker, when the sequel to Joker comes out, maybe I'll do a Mephiles sort of trailer. Maybe I'll have Amy as Harley Quinn or something if you guys want to see that. Let me know if you guys actually want to see that, because I'll be happy to redo a trailer. But yeah, yeah, exactly. See, I want so Rob Hansen to voice Shadow. I think he should voice Shadow. I think he'd do a really good job, a kind of deep Shadow. I did hear rumors that Christian Bale might play Shadow, and to be honest, I'd find that so funny because it'd just be Sonic running around saying, "I found you, faker, faker. I didn't know the hedgehog around here." just him talking with his Batman voice, and he's very hard to hear. I think that would be so funny. But yeah, that's one of my favorite videos I've made are those videos. So thank you very much for that question, Danny. Then of course we have Jam Studios 05, and he asks, "Oh yeah, Jason Griffiths will, yeah, Jason Griffiths. Oh, yeah, Jason Griffiths would be awesome in the role. He would just be incredible." But yeah, so Jam Studios asks, "What's your favorite figure in your collection?" My favorite figure in my collection would have to be none other than the Tony Sonic Ultimate figure. I can't get him down because he's right behind my Jack Black Bowser figure up there. But he's my favorite figure. I always love the different poses you can do with him, the facial expressions. I always do the laughing Sonic pose because it always just cracks me up. And yeah, I just love the figure. I got him on Christmas Day, and he holds a lot of things to my heart. And yeah, so I really like him. So then Cosmictron asks, "Congratulations on 900 subscribers, my friend. Will you voice Bulk in our Power Rangers project? I would love you in it." Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. I still need to kind of figure out how to do the voice properly. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but I'm fully committed to helping out with this project. So yeah, just tell me what to do, and I'll help out where I can. So I'll get those lines done as quick as possible. But yeah, thank you so much for the question, Cosmictron. So TNGS Animation asks, "So 21 left. What's your plans after 1,000 subscribers?" So my plan with after 1,000 subscribers is to continue making better, more interesting content, but to grow my audience. Throughout these last few videos that I've done, I kind of feel like my channel has kind of decreased in terms of success, because before with obviously because my channel started in the lockdown during COVID times, and well, everything else just went sky high with my views. Everything all went up. But then it kind of just dropped after when the restrictions and everyone was allowed to go outside. But the thing is, I do want to continue growing my audience, so I think I'm going to do more of these live streams. That's one of my first things I'm doing, is my live streams. I'm going to be doing more of these, maybe perhaps on more Mondays, perhaps, or maybe Fridays. Depends on which days are successful. But yeah, I'm going to be doing as much of these as I can. And so, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to be looking back at old videos that I've done and also giving them a bit of a remake treatment. So the first one is the My Sonic Movie 3 idea video. You guys seem to really like it. I rewatched it and I really didn't like it. It's by far one of my worst videos I've created. And I just think it's so bad because it's literally just Sonic Adventure 2, just copy and pasted with no sort of effort. It's kind of a lazy video. It's way too long, and I don't like it. It just doesn't fit with the Sonic movie stuff. But yeah, I plan to remake it. I'm already one step ahead with it. I'm working on a Sonic movie at the Knuckles show. I'm working on that because the Knuckles show, I'm writing a bit about it. And yeah, I'm going to have that video out very soon. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm also planning on kind of bringing some old things back to the channel. So one of them being, I plan to do a third installment, a few more stop motions, a third installment to the Mario and Sonic in Toy Story. I'm going to be doing the Mrs. Nesbit clip, just because I would be a complete idiot not to do that scene because of how iconic it is. Besides that, I'm pretty much going to, continue making videos really from there. I'm also going to do a welcome to the channel video, which that should be up I'm working on that one, so it should be up quite soon. So yeah. Okay, so I think one of our last questions that we have is from Hedgehog Films with a Z, or Hedgie Films as it says. He asks, can you put The Last of Us Part 2 in the toilet and pour Coca-Cola on it and then flush it? I'm sorry, what? What? Hang on, let me read that again. What does that actually say? Can you put Last of Us... I'm sorry, what? Really? Really? I don't... What? I'm not gonna... I don't even own The Last of Us Part 2. I could just... Maybe I can... I'm just speechless with that comment. But yeah, if I had the opportunity, I definitely would do that. Last of Us 2 is terrible. I mean, the first game, God tier. But Part 2 is... It's terrible. It's not that great. That was just a poor impression of a raspberry. But honestly, I would do that hands down. But yeah, another thing I've also been doing recently is I've been exploring my gaming sort of side. I've been playing, so I've made a switch from Xbox to PlayStation, and yeah, so I'm officially on the Play of Station. So if you guys want to add me on PlayStation, go ahead. It's Knuckles Productions 360, and yeah, I'm on PlayStation now. Friend me, yay! And yeah, I'm doing quite good at the moment. Another video that I really want to work on, so obviously with the Knuckles show going on, obviously you guys probably want to know my opinion on it. I'm a bit torn on the idea of the Knuckles show, mostly the plot. I just kind of think that it's very, well, kind of predictable. Because there's just, I don't know, it's just a lot going on. There's a lot different sort of things happening, and there's just a lot. And honestly, I can't exactly keep up with what they're going to do, to be fair. I feel like that they should stop with the Sonic movies. They should stop at 3 and just reboot it and just go straight towards, or just continue the story in animation and take it to Sonic's world and not the live action setting. Because with animation, you could get away with so much. You can add in more badnik varieties. You can make it much more grander. And granted, it would be more expensive. But imagine if we got a Sonic movie with the art style of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. Don't deny it. How cool would it be? It'd look weird, but cool at the same time. It would be essentially a Sonic comic book. Come on. Don't deny. I bet all of you in the chat are saying, yeah, that would be a good idea. Don't deny it. It'll be awesome. But yeah, honestly, and yeah, oh man. So I think I might end the chat. Yeah, see, look, Clem Penguin says, definitely, I agree. So there's so much. But yeah, so soon, so Christmas is coming up, and I'm very excited for that sort of season. I love Christmas. Bringing back Jason Griffiths would be cool. Other Sonic worlds would be awesome. Agreed. I just think that with the Sonic movies, they have potential to show a world, like a way different world. Like from what we see in live action Sonic, the world actually looks like a lot of fun. And the fact that we don't see that world a lot because of the budget is just really annoying, because it has to be in live action, because Sonic can't function without human characters. And that's what really annoys me. I mean, I like the other human characters. My favourite has to be Agent Stone. He's always been one of my favourite human characters in the entire films. I like Tom, I like Maddie. But in Sonic Movie 2, I'm not a fan of... I mean, I like the scenes with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik and Agent Stone. I find those scenes really good. But when it focuses on the humans, it falls flat. Most commonly with the scene with Rachel. That wedding scene drags so much, and it just takes me out of the movie. I don't feel like I'm watching Sonic the Hedgehog, and it kind of sucks. I mean, if you guys like that scene, then that's fine. Another scene I don't like is the scene with the dance off bit in the bar. The song choice I think is just terrible. I mean, Uptown Funk, that song screams Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I hate that song. Like, really hate it. Yeah, plus not they did not feature in the world location, but opposite. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, the real world. I mean, it's fine if they want to do real world stuff, but I wish the films should have been animated, not live action. I mean, the intro of Sonic Unleashed is perfect on why an animation of that exists. We need a film like Sonic Unleashed with that style of animation in the opening. That'd just be incredible. And honestly, just why? Why can't we get that stuff? Why? But yeah, yeah. Also, in case you guys were wondering, my advent calendar this year, Super Mario. Yeah, Super Mario. And yes, I'm officially, in case you were wondering about the Super Mario Brothers mini movie, I'm still working on that. And I've got this, which is the new sort of. Oh my god, it actually covers the entire screen, so I'm like up to the corner. So it kind of. So I've got all of these new sort of things for the film. So hopefully that should be quite fun. There's Ice Luigi apparently, and even my first Gold Mario and Gold Bullet Bill. I've never gotten one of those. And yeah, honestly, recently I did pick up a lot of cool things. The director of Sonic Dan live action film, Legend Roleplay. Actually, that'll be pretty cool. Actually, yeah, live action awesome film. And yeah, another thing that I really want from the Sonic movies, is more kind of, I suppose, it's spin-off series. I don't mind them doing like specials, like kind of spin-off series. So you've got Knuckles. So obviously you got the Knuckles show. I bet Shadow would get one. I mean, come on, Shadow would so get one. I think what I'll do after the Sonic movie 3 idea pitch, I'll probably do a Shadow the Hedgehog the series concept idea of what they could possibly do, because there's one idea that I had in mind that would be so good for the series. And yeah, I think it would be really fun. And then the Knuckles show, I've also thought of a really good idea for it. One that's simple to follow but not too convoluted. Doesn't include as massive amount of references to the games, but it feels just like in the Sonic movie universe. So yeah, so hopefully that will be good. I'm hoping it will actually be quite decent, to be fair. But besides that, yeah, just all that. I'm genuinely really excited for the Sonic movie. I am for Sonic movie 3. I'm a little worried though at the same time. How about a Mario and Sonic Overdrive crossover at some point? I would be up for that. If I would have to pick a Sonic, yeah, I would pretty much want to do a Sonic Overdrive crossover with Mario. I don't know how the animation styles would cut in. I think it would be Sonic as like a comic book character comes into the Mario universe. Eggman works with Bowser to take over the world, and then yeah, I think that would be a really good idea. Speaking of Mario, part 2 and part 3, I already have a clear idea for. I even have an idea for a sequel and even a third one. I would really like to adapt Super Mario Galaxy for a sequel, because Galaxy has always remained a really fun game. I love it. It's so much fun. Honestly, come on. I recently 100%ed it this year, and I loved it. I've never 100%ed the game, and I finally did it, and there's so much satisfaction from that. I had to endure those stupid purple coin missions that annoyed me to death. And yeah, they were just so annoying, those purple coin missions. But oh well, at least it's all over now, which is kind of annoying. But oh well. Besides that, honestly, I would love to. So I would like like the Sonic and I believe. Hang on, I think I've got. So do you want to do parts 2 and 3 of your comic dubs? Yes, I do. I believe that with the comic dubs, it will help it. It will help it be more professional looking. But also from my other channel, my Saw Phoenix channel, I've just been learning a lot about how to adapt comic books, and comic dubs. They're just really fun to do. So it's kind of just experimenting with that. And I believe I have some questions from Dark511 from Discord. So let me see if I can find them. I think they're up here. Let me just continue to check. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Let's see. No. So let's see. No. I'm still checking, don't worry. Let's see. See now. Sorry, I can't find them. But yeah, besides that, I would really like to just, well, see more, to be honest. Again, I would even like to do a Super Mario comic dub series. So it's like an episodic series where it follows Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy. It's kind of like the Super Mario sort of the four horsemen who carry the show in a cool way and expand upon the universe of Mario a little bit more. But yeah, with Mario, it's going to be interesting to do. With Sonic, I'm still committed. I'm working on a short film for Sonic Overdrive, because episode 15, forgot that for a moment, it's still taking a bit of time to animate because life, basically, my life jumps in the way at every opportunity whenever I want to record or do anything. But yeah, honestly, I hope that I can create it. And yeah, so so I think now I might end the stream here. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the next stream. So bye guys.